Shalom. All praises, blessings, glories, and honors to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to my elder apostles and bishop elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, as well as men of like mind. Shalom wa chasad, which means peace and mercy to the elect of the nation of Israel, whom you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners of the seed line of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom are scattered here in America, which is Babylon the Great, and abroad. To you I say Shalom, beginning with the 144,000 prophets, and Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, willing, this lesson is edifying and informative. My name is Quanawath, and this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. In the news from the NBC, 4.8 magnitude earthquake strikes East Coast.
In the tri-state area, a 4.7 magnitude earthquake shaking New Jersey, with the epicenter, we're told, in Lebanon, New Jersey. And I want to show you the map from the U.S. Geological Survey of where people report feeling it. New Jersey, New York, all the way up into New England. And our Katie Tur felt it at a coffee shop. She's joining us by phone right now. Katie, describe what you experienced.
I'm laughing because in New York City, when you feel the rumbling in a building, you normally write it off as a big truck going by or a subway. But I was in a local coffee shop and I saw the whole bar start shaking. And why, honey, my daughter's saying goodbye to me. Sorry. I felt the whole bar. I saw the whole bar shake, and I asked, the lady behind the counter, and she said, "Oh, it's a truck." And I kind of wrote it off, and then I looked down at my phone and realized it was an earthquake, and it was definitely a little bit more violent than we normally feel with a large truck going by or a subway. I mean, violent in relative terms, that nothing fell off the counters, nothing fell off the ceiling. I'm from Los Angeles, so I'm used to relatively big earthquakes where things, fall apart, freeways crumble, etc. So this was definitely more minor. But here in New York City, we're not used to it. We're not used to the ground shaking for any other reason beyond the subway or a large truck. So when I walked outside, people were out of their houses, on the street, looking at each other, talking about how the building was shaking, asking if people were okay, talking about how it really freaked them out, just kind of unsure of what exactly went down. My daughter was in the kitchen at my house yelling, "What is that? Is it a big truck?" So it was definitely an unusual experience for people here in New York.
And this unusual experience generated a lot of fear in the hearts of men and women, especially here in New York City, where all these high-rise buildings are at. I myself was in the locker room in the gym, and I felt the tremor as I was actually about to leave as well when it occurred. So it was actually a very exciting experience, because we understand that these things are a part of the signs of our Lord Yahweh Shai's return. So to us of the hopeful elect, we understand that these are a part of the signs. And in understanding these things, it gives us a stability of mind, as it is written in Isaiah chapter 33, verse 4. For wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure, is whose treasure? And elect Israelite man's treasure. Okay? And so the Lord comforts us and grants us stability through his words. But for the rest of the world that are in darkness, that are in ignorance, they have no clue as to why these things happen and why many more will occur in the future. So listening on.
Neil deGrasse Tyson posted on social media, he felt it, and he thought it was about 20 seconds by his count. I'm curious if there was any kind of reaction among the people in that coffee shop. Well,
No,
you mentioned what went through your mind.
So amazing.
no reaction.
Nobody flinched. I mean, I said, why is the bar shaking? And the answer of it must be a truck was, accepted by everybody. And then when I walked back in to say, no, actually it was an earthquake, then everyone reacted and said, yeah, that did feel different. It felt strange. And there's a bit of a chuckle around the room because
it's a bit of a chuckle now because people are still living in a complacent, comfortable manner. They don't really consider that this is actually a sign of our Lord's return. They're so used to the usual that when the unusual does happen, that's when they really start to bug out. Because that's when they would have been caught off guard, so to speak.
While it was unusual for New York, it wasn't strong enough to knock anything over. And I think it was a kind of a unique experience for people. We're used to seeing this happen in California or, overseas. Not so much here. It's kind of a, we deal with other crises here in New York City, not.
In other words, expect the unusual to occur more often.
Not the ones that shake the ground beneath.
And with that will come fear and panic.
Us, literally. So I think the people felt like, it was kind of an interesting experience. I saw on social media that the Empire State Building posted, "I am fine," which is good news.
And again, we are told the epicenter was Lebanon, New Jersey, what is now being determined to be a 4.7 earthquake centered there in New Jersey. The governor of New York says that it was felt throughout New York. My team, she writes, is assessing impacts and any damage that may have occurred, and we will update the public throughout the day. At this point, we have no word of any damage that has occurred, but so many people felt it. And as Katie Tur was describing, I certainly experienced a similar feeling, which is, was that a truck that just went by? Was that the subway? Would we feel that here at 30 Rock? I'm up on the fourth floor. And so a lot of people are asking those questions. What just happened?
So that concludes the news report. Going back to the scriptures, 2 Ezra chapter 9, again, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time. And so we understand that these are the times wherein the highest Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, and here in the East Coast, many just experienced an unusual earthquake, especially here in New York City, where people are so used to hearing the ground shake by reason of the train or a truck. But now, since this happened, it really took a lot of people off guard because it was unusual. It was different from the norm. And it's very interesting that this happened as we approach April 8th, where the world's going to experience a solar eclipse, here in the U.S. So the Lord is doing a lot of different amazing things, man. A lot of things behind the scenes. that shows that he's right around, he's right up the block, so to speak. He's at the door. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and the uproars of the people in the world, and we have been seeing uproars of the people over the past years, but now more so than ever, then shalt thou well understand. And who are they that well understand? The elect, that the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Refers to the book of St. Matthew, the 24th chapter. In fact, let's go there, since I quoted it. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, race wars, and actual nations fighting against nations. And there shall be famine and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. We just experienced an earthquake here in the East Coast. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So all these things are the beginning of sorrows. And many don't consider that these things are the beginning of sorrows and the return of our Lord. So just a quick news report. Just wanted to update the flock. And with that, I say shalom to the elect.